Dimaga does have the slight economic lead, as you can very clearly see, but the army supply count has to go to NightEnD for the time being at any rate. We do have Templar Archives coming up, and remember that Dimaga did pick up the +2 weapon upgrade for his melee, so those things are going to hit like trucks. Right now, Phoenix is moving in and unable to do any real damage, trying to snipe off some Overlords, but really they're not doing the job. Dimaga sitting on 109 Zerglings. That's a mass morphin through to Banelings right now. I have to wonder just how many he'll actually go for. He does have 7 Banelings up already. He's going for another 13. That'll take him to 20. So that's 4 Overlords. In fact, 5 Overlords worth. NightEnD keeping an eye on things and able to patrol. He's got a nicely secured 3rd base right here, but Dimaga is still 1 base ahead, and his economy shows it quite nicely. 69 probes to 88 drones, as NightEnD is unable to really do any damage and is just waiting for Dimaga to attack. Psystorm's coming in, which is interesting against Zerg player, honestly. We'll find out as to whether or not that will work out. With good force field play, that would lock down all of those and you'd be able to annihilate them. He does only have 4 sentries, though, so it could be a little tricky. Also got Zerg missile attack upgrade coming up, because hey, why not? Let's just build all the upgrades in the game. That's Dimaga's current strategy at the moment. He's got a big mix of units. He's got Baneling, Roach, Zergling, and a couple of Hydralisks and 9 Queens, which is what I would call a little bit unusual. He's going to add Infestors onto that as well, by the looks of it. I was waiting to see just how many Banelings he's actually going for right now. He's got a huge amount. He's already got 34. He's got 13 more in production. Small Overlord drop force going on right here. NightEnD is now currently maxed. Dimaga is getting very, very close to being maxed at this point in time. Another 10 Banelings on the way. It's a huge number of Banelings, 47, and they've got the +2 attack upgrade. In the meantime, however, NightEnD is sweeping forward. He's got a lot of Colossi. He also has some High Templar. That's going to end up being a little bit messy. We'll see as to whether or not Dimaga decides to harass his opponent, or if he's just going to try and meet him head on. That is a lot of Banelings. That is 57, in fact, moving in right there. There's an ineffective Psystorm. He killed the statue, which is, of course, terrible, but still, he's actually moving through those Psystorms, which has already managed to pick off 1 Overlord. Good strategy right there. Retreating Psystorms from NightEnD, and Overlords obviously don't have a lot of maneuverability. That's going to make picking those off an awful lot easier. NightEnD with an intriguing idea, and it seems to have paid off for him, since Dimaga was unable to drop those Banelings down. He does have a lot more on the way, though, so he's going to need a lot more than some fancy Psystorms to deal with that. Although those Overlords are so badly hurt, I have to wonder if they'll even make their way to NightEnd's death ball of units right here. In the meantime, level 3 upgrade is on its way for NightEnD, and NightEnD is really behind, and the reason for that is, of course, Baneling dropped right there into his base and nailed down what was left of that. I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot left of that, so it wasn't a huge deal, but in the meantime, we see NightEnD pushing forward once again. That's a huge amount of Zerglings on the ground right there. Massive storms. He goes all the way through them and takes huge damage. Storms all over the place. Holy Christ, this is absurd. And NightEnD is able to deal with the first wave, but here come the Baneling bombs right now, spreading all over NightEnd's forces, breaking him very, very well indeed. Question is, was he able to eliminate enough? Dimaga has lost a lot of Overlords. He's now completely supply blocked. 2 more Overlords picked off. Dimaga is behind by 50 supply right now, and he wasn't able to completely destroy NightEnD. Those Queens will not be enough to push this back, I'm afraid. Now some Archons going in as well, so I am not liking Dimaga's chances right now. Quick transfuse action right there from those Queens. He does have more Banelings coming out, but he is massively supply blocked. He needs 5 more Overlords to get rolling again, and that's exactly what he's building. This base under grave threat, and the economic damage that was done to NightEnD didn't really matter all that much, because of course it was an empty base, and Zergling's charging in once again, and that to me seems like suicide. There's no way he's going to be able to break that. A quick Blink Storm going to protect those Colossi. Queen's able to do good damage against them. Bear in mind, Queens get a range increase against anything that's considered air, which includes Colossus, because they're very, very large, and NightEnD charging in once again with a force that could cripple Dimaga completely. 27 Roaches are on their way. That might be enough to stop the forces of NightEnD, although he does have 32 Stalkers, so I'm thinking probably not. That hatchery is toast. There's no real question about that. Dimaga's going to have to fall back to his 3rd base right here and consider expanding elsewhere. NightEnD has managed to take the gold base in the meantime as well, and it's extremely well defended. Dimaga, needless to say, not attacking right here. He doesn't have the unit count for it. He is going for high, but it is very, very late. And it's only 22 Roaches and 4 Banelings versus that, which, well, you can see the difference. NightEnD looking to see whether or not there's been an expansion up to the top of there, which obviously there has not. Dimaga GG's, as you might expect, ladies and gentlemen. Getting completely bled out there by NightEnD. Very nice play by him. Extremely nice.